have the Gian proposal for restrooms, concessions, Little League, and the proposal for the splash pad. And the manager is looking for some direction on how to move forward. Are there any council members that oppose moving forward with the Gian proposal, or support it, rather? Deputy Mayor?
I'm in favor, but as I've always mentioned, I'm in favor of putting them together with the splash pad. I just want to confirm that they're both going to be moving forward in tandem.
They're both ready to be moved. If council wants to move them to the consent agenda, they're ready to go forward, both.
Okay. So,
Is there 4 nodding heads to move them forward as presented by the Deputy Mayor?
Yeah. And
Okay.
Fast Tech is handling one, and Gian is handling
all 3, correct.
Okay.
I'm sorry, Councilman Castle, I didn't see you.
I didn't know if we were going left or right today.
No, I was waiting for someone to,
Tonight's the right night.
yeah. Yes, but Councilman Castle had a question
Just,
or a comment.
yes, Mayor. I'm not in favor of the Gian proposal. And I'm not in favor of it because I feel as if we could have gotten more bang for our buck with it going out for bid. This is very different than, let's say, the cable and wiring that happened with the police building, where, the manager's recommendation was that we keep the same contractor because, we wanted continuity. Clearly, the Sportsplex is complete in the sports aspect because we just got an award for it. I think that this particular proposal is proposing a pottyplex that has more square footage than the average Teaneck residence. I think that we definitely should have sent this out for RFP, and I'm just not happy with the price tag of it. And in splitting it up, it seems that we're now spending about $35,000 more than the initial proposal, or we're tacking on, because now we've got the splash pad and we've got, the bathroom pottyplex facility. None of this went out for RFP. I'm not comfortable with this particular proposal.
Okay. Any?
To elaborate on Councilman Castle's remarks, the number that I've seen specifies that the concession stand bathroom complex that would be built outside of the Sportsplex would measure 4,300 square feet. That's about double the size of a home in Teaneck. It's probably bigger than the footprint of any single home in Teaneck. It is grotesquely oversized, and I'm deeply concerned that the $73,000, even with throwing in work for the TBO fields, just really sets a precedent that we're going to be getting a design that is significantly over-designed for that location. The south end of the park, with a Sportsplex, is going to be getting this 4,300 square foot facility with bathrooms and concession stands galore. Meanwhile, at the north end of the park, where we have 3 baseball fields, tennis courts, a basketball court, a swimming pool, exercise facilities, tennis courts, is basically dependent on a single pair of bathrooms in the clubhouse field. I would like to see dividing that 4,300 square feet in half, significantly make it 1,500 feet, perhaps, and have 2 facilities, one at the Sportsplex, one at the north end of the park. I think that we're investing way too much in this end for a project that is going to be coming in, again, just based on the multipliers that we've seen before, for several hundred thousand, if not approaching $1 million.
I'm not opposed to looking at the putting a bathroom facility or rehabbing the facility over by the baseball park as well, including that as part of the discussion. I'm not married to a 43 square foot, you know what I'm saying? 4,300 square foot bathroom. But we need bathroom facilities at the park. So
No, Mayor, I think you make a good point, and I think Councilman Stone makes a good point. I think that we do need the bathrooms, and we should be moving forward with these bathrooms. But I too, am open to dividing it if necessary, and allocating it so that it's properly distanced from each other and serves the entire park as best as possible.
What I am not interested in doing is delaying it.
And that's
I
fine.
want to move forward with it, so you
So,
have,
I mean, this isn't just a bathroom facility. There's a bathroom.
in canteen.
There's canteen. There is storage space. There's a lot of equipment that the sports leagues have for storage space as well. We got to identify a location at the north end of the park where we could put a bathroom. So that's,
What's with the bathrooms that are there?
the bathrooms there are close to Queen Anne Road. The building it's just too far away. It's on the
Can they be
eastern side of
rehabbed?
the, I don't think that building could be rehabbed. It is way out of the way. It's been a problem for many, many years, and that's why it's closed and being used for storage by the DPW. It's on the eastern side of the track along Queen Anne Road. It's too far away from all of the amenities. In the 80s, when it was closed, it was nothing but a problem for the police with vandalism and people going in the bathrooms all different times of night. It was never used. It's too far away
Yeah,
from,
and so basically, like, by putting the bathrooms in next to the fields, it's a marked improvement from what we have right now because there's nothing there. And I don't want perfection to get in the way of good, Stan. I think you have direction. 4 council members want to move forward as presented with the combination of the splash park and the bathroom. Councilman Pruitt?
My only concern is 4,000 square feet is a very big facility. But in terms of designing it, we could go ahead with the design, and then at the end of the design, we could still reduce the size of the project, if that makes the most sense. Because this is not building it, this is designing it.
Mayor, just because it seemed like we were kind of split, I would like to make a motion that we amend this proposal to divide and conquer, since there seem to be a few individuals, at least, I heard the deputy mayor say that he was in favor of perhaps splitting it, maybe having a bathroom
I said I
facility.
wasn't, what I said is I wasn't opposed to it. I'm not married to the size of the bathroom, and he agreed with me, correct?
I mean, can I,
What's on,
Yes.
just for clarity, we're just talking, this is procedural issues, you're discussing it now. There's
Yes.
no motion on the floor or anything. Any formal motion will be on the
The 21st.
21st. This is just
Yeah.
discussion. You're asking your colleagues to change something. But
Yes.
You don't need a motion at this point in time. There's no motion on the
Madam Mayor?
Sure.
Who decided that it should be one bathroom, centralized bathroom? Like, did we have our engineer look at the,
I think you have to address that to the manager.
to look at?
yeah, the engineer didn't, the Gian, he didn't decide that. I mean, the committee that we had who designed the sportsplex and members of the PPRAB, we've discussed the park, and we discussed a location, a suitable location. This location is along the track where the hockey rink is. So it is a pretty centrally located location that's near the track and near a lot of the action in the park. It's one of the few locations. Maybe we could have the engineer, the architect, I'm sorry, as part of his agreement, maybe develop a plan or identify a location in the park on the north side where a bathroom could possibly go, but still move forward with this.
So I'm in favor of moving forward, but I'm also in favor of what you just said is adding, because, and I would also like to see, to be honest with you, one of the first steps before we design, just a rendering of what this is going to look like in the middle of the park. Like, I'd hate to see a giant house put in the middle of Votee Park and then say, oh, it just doesn't look right.
But it's more than just a,
No, I understand, but
Yeah.
even the size of a house, or, I mean, I don't know if my house is 4,300 square feet. Is minus?
Councilman Song?
I think that when we had a discussion about monuments and memorials, looking at the municipal green, we had the discussion of allocating $2,500 to Richard Price to come up with a master plan for the municipal green. I think we would benefit tremendously by having some sort of master plan for where these facilities should go. I am supportive of the splash pad, but I think we are squeezing a lot of things into the north end of the park. On a summer's day, there could be a tremendous number of users, and basically we have a single pair of men's and women's permanent bathrooms at that location, which is grossly insufficient, and gross is an operative word in that.
I'm actually, with respect to the splash pad, I'm actually in favor of moving it back to its original location of Sagamore.
I think that we need to stick with the original.
Yeah.
Mike?
I think we need to stick with the original plan. I don't think that it's right in the middle. That's where the hockey rink is. Whether it's from the Rotary Center or from, just because it's right next to the sportsplex, it's easier for those users to do, but it's not, it's not hard for a baseball player or somebody who's watching to walk up halfway up the park to go use the restroom. This isn't Central Park. It's our Central Park, but it isn't as big as Central Park. And I think that whether there's the discussion of making it go out of bid or changing the entire project now, I think that, as Councilman Castle said and Councilman Sohn, people who are against this project, it's now an award-winning project. And this is the second part of building this award-winning project and making it come whole. And we should stick with the investments that we made and make sure that we put this through. Now, that's a whole different debate if you want to put it out to bid and see if you can save some money. And you're going to, we have to decide as a council. Do we want to get the project done on a timely fashion, or do we want to put it out to bid and then discuss and then come back here next year after the snow is melted and then starting construction?
So do we have 4 council members that want to move forward as presented?
As is, I am in favor of that.
I'm in favor of moving forward, but I would also like to see.
To explore.
What would be like, and also I really would like to see first step of this project to be a rendering of what it's going to look like. It doesn't have to be exact rendering, but before we go through all this work and then build something that may be too big for that little location.
The location is a big location. It's a very big location. We're not going to put something there that's out of place. We want to
Councilman
put
Thorpe.
something
Okay.
that's
That's the only-
sufficient.
That's appropriate.
That's appropriate.
I'm interested in moving forward with the project with the understanding that the design could be downsized.
Absolutely.
So let's look at that and not hold up the whole process.
Moving on, workshop meeting.